Welcome to Restoration Revenue Services, where we make rock-solid estimates. Today I'll be training you on how to use the RRS portal and how to request for the RRS team to create a rock-solid estimate. First, you will be going to our website, rrspros.com. You will have a client login, which will take you to this website. By going to this website, you want to make sure that your workspace reads SPRESTORES. That's SP Restores. That is the workspace of which you will be able to communicate, see your projects, and request for RRS to create you a rock solid estimate. When you log in, you will have client access. All of your team members that you want to have into this portal are able to have access to this portal. We can create as many logins for you as needed. We have a few different tabs here to discuss. My Estimate Projects, All Estimate Projects, Requests, an Estimate Project Archive, and New Estimate Project Request. My Estimate Projects will show you all the requests that you have put into our portal. All Estimate Projects will show you all those projects, plus it'll show you the status of where that project is in the process. Requests, this is when you will send a request. This will actually come and go, and then it'll drop it back in to your My Estimate Projects or All Estimate Projects. Estimate Project Archive, when we complete an estimate, you will be able to search for that project at any time if you need to pull the PDF or see the communication that happened with our team. And New Estimate Project Request, which is where you'll put in the template for the type of project you want RRS to create for you. So first and foremost, we're going to create a new project. When we hit the New Estimate Project Request, this page will pull up, and you will start by looking at a few of these items. You do not need to do anything with teams or staff. You just need to select your template. You'll work on the title, and then you'll work on the description, and you can add your scope of work by attaching the file. We have a few different templates. There's a standard project, there's an audit project, estimate only project, which would be an estimate only that you don't want RS to bill if we're doing billing services for you, reconstruction project, audit reconstruction, revision adjustment request, asbestos abatement estimate, contents project, if you have a priority response team, if we're doing any billing or invoicing for your estimate project, for most people that will be coming. Initial audit project, no billing if we're doing like a ServPro audit for you to do the initial, and if it's a storm project. When you select these templates, you will see that the description changes based on what you have. A lot of this is tailored towards ServPro so that you can remember to check in your equipment if you're doing some sort of an audit project or whatnot that tracks your key performance metrics. Same thing for audit. You can see that the questions change as we change the templates to what we're doing. You'll see in the reconstruction project that it says flip mitigation to reconstruction. That is so that if we've written the mitigation project for you already, that we can flip that into a reconstruction. We still may need some details from you, but this is what you would just put yes for flipping that. On the flip side, when you're doing a standard mitigation project, you can see that right here, if you put that the reconstruction estimate is needed, we will automatically flip the mitigation to a reconstruction for you. For the sake of today, we're going to go ahead and just do a standard project here. You can see that the title is standard project customer name. This is where you would type in a customer's name. From here, you're going to type in your reference number. If your company uses reference numbers, you can do that. For the sake of this, we'll do what a restoration manager reference number might look like. What territory are you in? This kind of helps us, when we're doing the reconstruction of who to include in the templates. We'll just put Colorado for right now. Is this a service call only? Are you only billing for a service call? Was there demolition done? The reason we want to know that is, do we have a scope attached? We also want to start formulating in our head, what are those things that are required by the IICRC that we may need to put into this? If it was a no, is this just a dry in place? That means that we would just need to have equipment counts. And again, for the sake of this training, we will also put that we're going to flip the reconstruction, so we'll put reconstruction meeting. Right here, check in your equipment. Are there any other items listed in this that you need to add, not listed in the scope? For the sake of this, let's just put, please add 8 hours of supervision on the recon estimate. From here, we'll add our scope. I'm just going to randomly select a PDF here to go in. Let's just do, there's a scope form right there. And you will see that there's now a scope attached. Once you hit save, you can now see that you have made the request. Now again, this will go away as soon as I start working through our side of the portal, which I'll show you now. Here's our side of the portal. You can see that there's a lot of different projects that happen. When I refresh this, you'll see that will be a request that has been made. When I go in here, I can see that there's a standard project request. You can see that I put the client as Test Ryan, and we have a file attached. That means that there's a scope attached. From here, I go through and I look through and I make sure that the questions have been answered, that we do actually have a scope attached, and I approve it. Once I have approved, it brings me to this screen. I'll put in a due date. Our goal is always to provide the estimate within 24 hours. For reconstruction projects, we may push this out 30 days, and that's just so that you don't have to continue putting in requests for templates, and that way you can continue to communicate with our team through the thread. From here, I go through and I assign my team of who's going to be writing this project. For now, I'm just going to be doing me, but reconstruction, Colin does a lot of our reconstruction estimating. I do as well. All of our team can flip mitigation to reconstruction. The fine tuning comes from Colin and myself. But I would select who am I going to have assisting in this project. I would then go through my client list, depending on how many people are on your team, and I can add whomever you want to be a part of that project. From here, I complete the request. You can see that this is now in assigned. From here, I assign my team, and I place a couple different tags so that they know what's going on. You would not be able to see those tags, but you can see who's included in that project. So as we go back to your client portal, when I refresh, you'll see that the request is now going to be gone, and that's because everything is now in your My Estimate projects or in your All Estimate projects. Again, as you look at the All Estimate projects, you can see that there is an assigned, which is the same status as we currently have it, meaning that I have assigned this to a team member. They may be writing other projects, but it'll be coming up. As soon as they grab the project and they're going to start working on it, we put it into in progress. When I refresh the client page here, you will see that this is now a status of in progress. If we get into a situation where we don't have enough information or we need additional information, we would put this project into delayed progress. Now, when we do that, we would also send you a message of what is causing the delay. For the sake of this example, please check in the equipment to get the proper counts. Just something so that we have a message here. I include those who are needed in the communication, and then I hit send. Now there's a couple things that you'll see that'll happen here. On the client side, when I refresh this, you'll see that it's red for delayed progress. If you see any of your projects in delayed progress, you're going to want to go into there and answer the question. Additionally, you will get an email that will come and say delayed progress. And you can see right here, please check in the equipment for the proper counts. Now there's two ways to respond to this message. Number one, I can go in and I can write above, so I can reply to this. Equipment is checked in, and I have responded to that message. You can also go into and click View Message, and it'll take you directly to that project so that you can respond to this. And I'm going to change this differently, and I'm going to say I am not checking in the equipment yet. And I'm going to go ahead and send that. RRS will receive the email to whomever's tagged on there. We will also see that it's responded to in the portal. So going back to our portal, I'm going to come back out of this. I'm going to refresh. And when I go back in, I can see that there has been a response to these items. Here's the email. Equipment is checked in. And here is the one that we wrote from the portal. On the same side, I can refresh the page for this particular project, and I can start seeing that thread. As soon as that question's answered, when we come back to that project, we would then either move it back to we'd move it back to in progress, start working on it. As we go through and we complete the project, we put it in complete, sent to client for review. We always write a message here. Please see the attached for your review. Please let us know if you need any revisions. We generally keep projects open for about 24 to 48 hours before completing them out. Now, everything is still saved when we complete that out, and I will show you what that looks like. We then add an estimate. I'm just going to pick a random estimate here to add. And then we send that to the client. On your end, again, you will receive an email. You will also see that the status has been changed to complete, sent to client for review. The same thing takes place when you get that email, and I'm waiting for it to pop up here, but you will be able to see an email thread, and you'll be able to go in here and see that Xactimate detail. By clicking on that link, you will be able to see the email that has been, or the estimate that has been populated by our team. Again, you will receive an email from RRS, and you can see right here, please see the attached for your review. Please let us know if you need any revisions. And there's an attachment here that you can open. By clicking this attachment, you will be able to open that Xactimate detail and review your estimate. If there's any changes that you want to have made, you would come in here and respond to that thread. Oh, let me refresh your client portal so you can see it in here. Okay, right here, you can reply to this thread. Please change line 2 to XYZ, and then you can send that to us, and we would make those adjustments for you. Once you're done with it, or if you approve it, you can hit approved if we're billing something for you, or just letting us know that, hey, I got everything, everything's good to go, and that way we can clear out the project and complete it. So going back, again, you can see that when I refresh the communication that took place, please change line 2 to XYZ, approved, are right there. Once we're done, we complete this out. Once this is completed, this comes off of our board. It'll also come off of your board. So I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to go back to estimate projects up top here, and you will see that once this refreshes, everything will be gone. There is no more estimate project. Now, like I told you, if you need to find something, you go to Estimate Project Archive, and you can search for a name or anything like that. So I'm just going to search for Ryan. You can see here's our project right here that we just put in. You can see I've done this a couple of times here. If I come into this project, I can go through and I can actually see all of the attachments. There's the exact mate detail that were given. Here's the scope for us to write it. Any of the communication is still in there. So you can still access everything for it. Now, if you need to make a revision, you would then make a new project request, a revision request if it's been off. We don't want to communicate through a completed project. It can get lost. So you can always email us. You can Slack us if we need to reactivate a project. We can do that. But this is the best way if you need a revision is to make a revision adjustment request. And that right there is how you use the Pro Workflow Portal for RRS, Rock Solid Estimating. Thank you, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact Ryan Isham at 719-499-5805 or Ryan at rrspros.com. Have a blessed day.